Hey, let's look at the Science Upper Primary bundle, and included in the PDF download is the Human Body Learning Journal, the Unit Study Journal, and the Periodic Table of Elements. So to make this easier for my children to complete, I have printed out a reference Periodic Table of Elements, laminated it. You can choose brighter ones as well if you find one on the internet. I liked this pastel one, and as they fill it in, they are required to just fill in some basic, so they're never redoing the full one except right at the end. So as they work through, they will fill in different sections of the periodic table. So this one is just the symbols, and this one is just the atomic numbers, and so it goes until right at the end they redo the whole thing. So a bit of repetition helps them to memorize that. Also, this is the 30 top elements found in the world, and they are looking at the history of it, some media study, what's the modern use for it, what's the historical use for it, how's it produced, etc. So it's just a fun way to include learning the science of that. The upper primary unit study is 4 units in this: electricity, gelato, and Italians, and the history of Italians, game study, and natural disasters. So my son is doing the game study. He's starting with game study section, and he's chosen some library books that can go along with that: coding and video games, because this is any kind of game. So this selection that I've given here is just an example of the kind of games that they can study. So if your child's more into video games, then that will be more their focus. If a child loves board games, that will be more their focus. And there's also some other books I can add in for the other sections. There's a whole bunch in the library on natural disasters, on the internet as well, chemistry, sensational science. There's a periodic table that goes with the periodic table of elements, journal, encyclopedias, and so it goes. So you just use the resources that they want to use. Some kids will just enjoy documentaries. And then the Human Body Journal. This is quite an extensive journal, so don't expect it to be finished even in one year. Do it as your child sees fit. So there's different sections in here on the body machine. So you can see I've used the theme of machinery. The body machine, my body can learn, and then the different sections of the body that's involved with learning. My body can move, my body can clean, and my body can heal, my body can create. So I have covered the reproduction system. It's quite rare actually to find a resource at the library and so on that covers a reproduction system for kids, but I've added in documentaries, and there's some other basic information that they can gather from Wikipedia, from encyclopedias, etc. So a great resource for that is this little book from also DK, The Human Body, and they can go into it as deep as they want. This one is geared towards primary school, so kids from 8 and up would enjoy doing this. And again, don't expect a whole lot of writing. I've given lines, but if all they want to do is draw a picture to display what they have understood, that's great. Meet them where they're at. Some kids are going to love drawing here instead of writing. Some kids are going to appreciate the comic pages instead of the writing pages. Just meet them where they're at. And another, again, a DK source, the Encyclopedia of Science, and here they'll find a whole bunch of information as well in completing their science journals. So this is the upper primary science bundle, available at learningandjournaling.com. Thank you.